welcome back to Monster Loves You too. We have just infiltrated the council, instigated an argument, and the riot that we instigated earlier has made us come crashing down, I assume, since the option we have here is Fallen Tethers. So, I really just don't know what to expect next at this point. I'm just kind of going with it. Let's find out together! With the Fallen Tethers, Chapter 11. Experience a painful dream. In your dream, everything is red. Like the face of a monster I know. Someone warns Jaggery to be careful of the ancient tunnels. That voice, was it yours? How would I even know that? In your dream, a monster screams as the world falls down. It's Elder Thrick. He cried out for his chair as the council room collapsed. Was that a memory? You wake up. You're covered in heavy rubble. Above you, someone is digging. Rest for another moment. You are so very tired. I was hoping we would get some brains back for that. A green paw clasps yours and helps pull you up. Boss, you're alive! He grabs you. Relax. He gives you a quick hug and resumes digging again nearby. The world is a jagged pile of debris and ruined buildings. Frenzied adults fight each other over broken mannequins. The tethers fall on half of ash. You weren't the only ones buried. Help me find the others. Throw myself into it and dig. You dig through what remains of the council compound, looking for your friends. A familiar blue paw emerges from the wreckage and grabs your ankle. Call for Gory for help. Gory runs to you. He grabs the blue monster's arm and pulls it up. Linditti's eyes emerge from the rubble. Pull bricks and rubble off her as fast as I can. Linditti's paw touches you and clasps yours as you uncover her. She nods to you with a small smile. Gory digs around Linditti to help her get her free. Stay right there! Rock and Rancid are still missing. Tell Gory that's the right idea and thank him for it. Gory shoots you a grin. Gory hops over a line of broken rocks and starts rooting around on the other side. Linditti claps herself with her paws, rising a cloud of red and gray. These are our two lowest stats. I don't want to keep using them. Let's slump down and let the cloud make me dull and dusty. Just a little bit. I was suffocating down there. Glad to breathe open air again, no matter how dusty. But before that, I was floating. Free fall, the humans used to call it. Falling along with the tethers. And then, well, everything hit everything else. We need to get everyone out. Linditti nods. I found them! I found them! Gory returns with Ruck in tow. Ruck spits out a rock. The two adolescents guide you to another rock pile. Ruck's cage door, bent and broken, juts from the top. A red thread is caught in the twisted metal remnants. A red thread, you say? The unraveled thread forms a path. Linditti cocks her head and listens. I hear that invisible red threads connect those destined to meet. Just roll with it. I've learned to trust those voices. Tell her she should trust my voice before the others. Speculate about whether she's just using voices as a way to justify her own strange ideas. See what Ruck has to say. Where did Ruck come from? Let's go help. Let's go look and help. Gory moves some bricks aside and then stops. Gory pokes at a twitching orange limb. That's not Rancid. Oh, that's not Rancid. No time for you. Sorry. Help the stranger out from under the rubble. With a grunt, you haul the adult partway out of the pile. Ruck grabs the monster's other arm and helps you pull him free. The adult rises to his feet, clutching his bruised head, and staggers away without a word. You're welcome. We need to find Rancid. We have 0 Rancids right now. We need more than that. He pulls at the thread, following it onward. Follow him. You follow Gory as he follows the thread across what remains of the city of Ash. Downtown. Forge a path through the rubble. The battling adults seem too busy to notice your passage through the ruins. Let's stick to the shadows where we can. Yes, but let's be quick anyways. You make rapid progress across the rubble, though you have to move around a few more crevices in the floor of the cavern. Crevasses? It looks like the impact of the tethers broke open weak places beneath ash without regard for streets or buildings. You can feel the heat rising from deep down, the dry mineral heat of magma, possibly lava. I can never remember the difference. It's magma until it reaches the surface and then it's lava. Gory pulls the next length of red woolen thread out of dust and gravel. I'm not sure this is what the voices meant, but whatever works. You come upon a group of monsters fighting over more of the human mannequins. Throw a rock and hurt someone to relieve my stress. Stay serene without visiting further unnecessary violence at anyone. Keep out of reach of badly aimed claws and sharp teeth. You have to lean and scoot back a few times. They're not very good fighters, but they're giving it everything they have. A familiar adult screams from the center of the mob. Guards! Guards to me! Where are you? Oh, Rock. His gaze moves up to the rest of the group. Nindali and... what was it, Gobclaws? Oh, that's from the last game, Gobclaws. And... you. You, the shape of a yoke that breaks necks, silencing the traffic between heart and brain. I'll eat your brain, Eoloth, if you have one. Put up your claws, you slimy bully. Why are you threatening Eoloth? He taught me to fight, and he doesn't seem so bad. Gory, no! He'll tear you apart! Gory turns to you with a pleading expression. Have you forgotten what he did to us? Gory. I know I haven't forgotten, but we don't have time for this. We really just don't know where our friend is, and I don't have very much flesh left. Oh. Well, I guess we're doing it anyways because I clicked the wrong option. Gory steadies himself. Eoloth snorts and raises his claws. Eoloth roars and swats at Gory, ignoring you completely. Alright guys, wish me luck. Give Gory a chance to sucker punch Eoloth while he's focused on Gory. Pow! He almost dodged it since he can see in all directions, but he was distracted. His loss. Eoloth looks from Gory to you, raising all three of his paws, claws extended. He's trying to do something clever, don't you, Gage? Stay back. Gory jumps in and catches a claw to the belly for his trouble. Eoloth roars and hunches forward, lumbering in your direction. Keep his attention on me while Gory trips him. It works perfectly. Eoloth falls on his own eye stalk with a yelp. Eoloth picks up a small rock in one paw and a big rock in the other two. 2 can play that game. 3 can play that game. Get ready to dodge. Get ready to dodge. We just don't have very much health. Whoosh! A rock misses you. Whoosh! The second rock bounces off you, flaking off pieces. Eoloth shrieks and whirls around, dancing from foot to foot to foot, charging at Gory. Yell for Gory to duck and tackle with full force. Eoloth trips over Gory, then you knock him into several sharp rocks. Yes! Get wrecked, Eoloth. Eoloth collapses to the ground. Victory! Don't kill me! I'll do anything you want! I'll be your slave! I'll give you the heap! I'll let you eat all my guards! So the bully is brought low and changes his spots. Admire Gory's turn of phrase. I know, right? I should talk more often. No, Gory, never mind. In the name of your victims and also of bullied monsters everywhere, I accept your surrender and servitude. You shall call me Sir Gory the Wise, or simply Sir for short. Sorry, I need some tea. Eoloth's voice really does a number on my throat. Gory helps Eoloth back to his feet. Eoloth blinks and scratches his head. Everybody takes a moment to gather themselves. You knock some rock dust off your head as Gory performs some stretches. Ruck makes a small stack of pebbles while Indidi does a little pacing. Eoloth just stays out of everybody's way. Close my eyes for a moment. Gory finishes his stretches, wobbles a bit, and falls over asleep. Ruck swallows some of their pebbles, then kicks the rest of the pile apart. Wait, we gotta find Rancid, hold on. Lindidi scrounges for food in the rubble while you rest a little longer. You fall asleep. When you awaken, Lindidi has returned with an armload of plump vegetables scavenged from shattered food stalls. Let Eloth have some of the food. If he frickin' betrays us, I am going to rip him apart and eat him myself after this. Jesus, what an asshole. Eloth seems surprised. He doesn't thank you, but he does take some food and departs. You eat your share of the food. It's less than you could have had, but it's still a decent snack. I didn't want to fight Eloth, but that doesn't mean I want him around. He is no threat now. Without the council, the heap guards won't obey him. Say what, that maybe we should have killed him anyways? Say that we did the right thing. Gory pouts in your general direction. I fought him for you, Gory, okay? But I'm not... I'll rip him to shreds if he betrays us one more time. Okay, break's over. Let's go rustle up a Rancid. You return to your search, following the thread through the ruins. The Blair. Follow Rancid's thread. You follow the thread of Rancid's sweater through the front of a half-collapsed house and find Astrasil sitting on the floor. Oh no! It's right there. Astrasil holds Rancid in her paws. The Elder shakes the mimic like a broken doll. Rancid is nearly shapeless. Again! Again! Do it again! Rancid contorts to resemble something like a small human dummy. You are my little human doll. I will never let you go. Uh-oh, I think she's lost it. How can we get Rancid free? Try to snap Astrasil out of her confusion with a mighty roar. You roar, Lindidian Gory cringe, but Astrasil ignores you and keeps hold of Rancid. Astrasil shakes Rancid again, causing the smaller monster to squeal in agony. No, 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 no! Astrasil's brain is melting. It's clearly because her stomach has melted so many plastic human babies. She will swallow Rancid next. We can't fight her. She's too strong. But look at that wall. I bet we can knock it over from the other side. Too dangerous to Rancid. How about if I distract her? I made a sort of human while you were foraging. I think it's almost art. Try Ruck's sort of human plan. Ruck takes a small figurine of Grabble and compresses slime out of their mouth. The statue is a crude imitation of an actual human artifact, yet you do feel a moment of calm. It's almost like looking at a real one. You know, I think it is art. They sound so proud. Excuse me. Ruck holds the statue up before Astrasil. Astrasil! Drop Rancid and I'll give you this. Ruck's voice. Astrasil, drop Rancid and I'll give you this. Astrasil stares at the statue and releases Rancid from her paws. The Elder charges Ruck, her eyes filled with hunger. Astrasil's answering roar shakes the ruined house and echoes from the farthest walls of the ash cavern. The Elder rises slowly to her feet, shifting her bulk to keep the bedraggled Rancid in her shadow. Fight. Astrasil hits you and sends you flying into a wall. Damn. Oof. Rancid wobbles towards you, shaken but alive. Astrasil turns, eyes wide, nostrils flared. Humans! We lost the humans! I want them now! Summon enough courage to calmly explain things to her. Let her knock me around until she tires herself out, distract her. Summon enough courage to calmly explain things to her. You tell Astrasil about Sonny's secret stash. No! That was our secret. Your secret? You kept humans from me? Wait. I can be patient. Please, take me to them. Help Astrasil regain her composure. You will not speak to me like that. I will not have it. But the rage is draining from her eyes. This fighting has to stop, or even those hidden humans won't be safe. Lindidi gazes into the distance, listening. Astrasil stares down at her. After a long silence, Lindidi takes a deep breath. I have an idea. Ring your bell, Elder. What? Why? You raised the adults in this city when they were monsterlings, right? Almost every one. That whole time I had to keep myself from eating them. It wore me down. Little one, more than you'd know. Let's offer Astrasil a sympathetic paw. And while you suffered for them, you used your bell to summon them to the stone stump table. Every day you rang your bell and they knew it was time to eat. They knew they would be safe and were about to be fed. And they lived. They made it. They're only here now thanks to you. You and your hard work. You and your bell. Move it to stand behind Lindity in silent support. Lindity keeps looking up at Astrasil. Astrasil blinks as she stares down at Lindity. Talk to them. Tell them to stop fighting. Lindity points to the bell. Hearing this again will get their attention. I'm sure of it. Astrasil taps her claws against her belly. Gratrag may have been right about you. You have a certain wisdom. Let Lindity close the deal herself. You'll talk to them then? Gory points to the middle of the chaos. Some platforms around the fringe of the tethers still stand higher than the rest of the city. We could speak from that sturdy tower. Good idea, Gory. Everyone will hear you if you climb up there. The group sets out for the high ground. Ruined ascent. Climb the ruined platforms. Better go one at a time. See if it holds up. Okay. You climb, and climb. Climb. These ladders looked shorter from below. At the bottom, the others squabble over who should go next. You barely hear them. Eventually, you reach the top. It's not level, but it feels stable under your feet. Oh no, that looks like Gratrag. Someone is sitting here, looking down at the ruins of Ash. It's gone. Everything I built is gone. Gratrag turns around and looks at you. Meet Gratrag's gaze. The huge elder trembles and sags for a moment, grunting as he puts his weight on his arm. Sit beside me. We can talk. He pats the stone beside him. Stay watchful and wary. Gratrag doesn't try anything, he just sits there. You stay vigilant, but are able to recover a bit of your energies. Who is talking up there? Is it okay for me to come up? Gratrag smiles sadly. No interruptions now. With a swipe of his claws, he rips the ladder free of its anchors. Gory yelps. You hear scrabbling claws and clattering rocks. No, look first. You glance over the ledge, staying just out of Gratrag's reach. Gory didn't fall all the way. The next ladder down is still intact, and Rancid caught him. Phew. Everyone is still coming up, though they might have trouble with the last part. Chastise Gratrag for trying to kill Gory. Gratrag shrugs off your criticism. I want to talk privately for a bit. Is that so wrong? See, this is the kind of thing none of you understand. You see me drop the ladder and assume I'm trying to kill someone. Stay silent. But that's not why I did it. Their deaths are not an end, just a means. Dropping that ladder solves a problem and buys me time. Time to talk to you, my old friend. Just listen. Long ago, I had a plan. It was a good plan, but you disagreed. So I solved the problem. But someone took your mercurial body to the vat. Astrasil, I suspect. He leans closer to you, steadying himself with a shuffle of massive feet. Ask how long ago this was. A little over 100 years ago, if I've counted my winters right. It was difficult to keep proper records at first, and time went by, and I shaped a pile of broken rubble into a city of sorts. I made progress. I experimented. I found things and put monsters in the right positions. The elder looks at what's left of downtown far below and sighs. I'll simply have to restart the whole thing. Sometimes monsters got in the way, so they had to go. And they did. It was easy. Unlike you, they didn't come back. You should have been like them. You should have stayed dead. Gratrag rises. His maw begins to split fully open. Gratrag's roar is so loud it hurts your ears.
The rest of the council was right. This obsession with you is unhealthy. I see that now. It's time to delete you from the equation, my friend.
Oh, Jesus Christ. We have 3 health. Rat-Rag opens his maw wide enough to bite you in half. Stay out of reach of that huge mouth. Rat-Rag stumbles towards you, but you stay out of the way. His missing eyes make him easier to dodge. Rat-Rag jabs with his stick legs while blocking with his only intact upper arm. Dodge some more. Block the jabs and counterpunch. Jabs the stick legs while blocking with his only intact upper arm. Stay on the same side as his missing eyes. Nice. You got him. His jabbering limbs fail to connect with you as you dance away. Rat-Rag turns his back plates to you and leaps with great force. Trip him off the edge of the platform, claw in between the plates as he gets close. Rat-Rag it almost worked. You claw Rat-Rag mercilessly while he catches himself. Rat-Rag starts to say something, shakes his head, and comes at you with his mouth open wide. Claw his tongue. I've got the timing down now. Do we try it? Do we dare try it? We tried it before and it did not work very well for us with that other monster. And we really only have like 1 chance. Trip him and make him bite the platform instead of my flesh. Teeth break and a horrible burbling shriek makes the entire platform vibrate. Rat-Rag fades back, clutching at his face, and then...
It was like this when we were evenly matched in the beginning. You could always beat me. Your heart was in every fight. My heart, my guts, aren't committed. I'm only strong because I have the body of an elder. Rat-Rag staggers away from you. I suppose this is goodbye forever, though. One more loose end. Rat-Rag turns his back on the edge of the platform and shakes himself. He seems stronger than he did a moment ago. I still think of you as a friend, you know. And friends...
Oh no, is he gonna take me over the platform with him?
Should stick together.
You hear claws on stone from off to one side. Someone scrambles up over the edge of the platform. Rat-Rag reaches out for your shoulder. Get loose. His strength is incredible. You can't wiggle yourself out of his grip. The elder concentrates. Rat-Rag steps backward, dragging you after him. Pull away with all my might. You pull and pull, but his claws remain clamped on your shoulder. A slight delay from your pulling gives the newcomer a chance to get close. It's Ruck! As Rat-Rag's back foot finds empty space, his face grows eerily calm. He leans. No! Won't happen! Ruck pounces on Rat-Rag's arm, knocking you loose. Rat-Rag starts to fall. No, Ruck, be careful!
What?
Rat-Rag opens one eye.
Hello again. I like fair fights, and this one looks pretty fair to me.
The 2 monsters tumble into space. No, Ruck! Ruck looks up at you. Your eyes meet for what seems like a very long time, and then they are gone. Oh, Ruck? No. Damaged platform. Deal with it. Rat-Rag and Ruck fell, neither surviving the impact. No! Even their strength was not enough. Ruck! Oh, he was our oldest friend. Everyone tried, but no one could find a trace of life. My oldest friend. I believe it, but I don't like it. I believe it, but I don't like it. I believe it, but I don't like it. Gory flexes his claws and sinks them into your leg. Let him grieve. His claws don't really hurt. Lindiddy twists her head back and forth, skewing her eyes every which way. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit emotional. Rancid kicks a small chunk of rubble off the edge of the platform. They glance at you resentfully. Astrasil pulls upon your shoulder and guides you away from the adolescents. Gori and Ladidi converse in low tones, but their voices rise as they speak. Hold on, I'm so sad about Rook. Okay. Always stop the bullies from beating me up. Didn't like when the fights weren't fair. Scraps can still pass along to future. Sure, there's no gat rag mixed in. Gori hangs his head and Ladidi gives him a hug. You are a leader. You are their leader. Sorry. Choke down the sorrow for now and lead your coterie. They need to hear words. Words I don't have. Grog. Take a deep breath and give a speech to my friends. Your friends stop reminiscing and look up at you expectantly. They are the coterie. An exceptional group of monsters. You became friends something monsters don't often do. And you have done many things no one else has even imagined. You continue your speech. They are your friends. I'm so sorry, I'm trying to pull myself together here. You helped me find what was special about me. Bound by your oddness, made odder by your bonds. You mastered the metric system, escaped the heap. Bound by your oddness, made odder. You keep speaking. Look at where they are right now. Helping quell the violence sweeping through ash with the council destroyed. Together in this unlikely place at this terrible time, on top of everything, still working together. And it's not over yet. You will find more friends when I'm gone and raise them up as you raised me. The monsters below will look for leadership and you will help be part of that leadership. There is nothing you cannot do if you continue to work together. Ladidi sniffs and reaches up to wipe a tear from one of her eyes. Gori leans back, almost falls, and sits down. He's sniffling too. I'm so... I suppose I do have a few words left. Coterie, remember, you're a coterie. I've never seen a group like yours. Only gangs and gang leaders. Slagoth was one of the good ones, if you can believe that. All the farmers in the trough too beaten to stand up for themselves. The elder turns to Lindidi. You impose order. You measure and you innovate. You might be what Ash needs to repair the present. Her elder turns to Gori. You see things. Some are not real, but they could be. You might be what Ash needs to find the future. The elder turns to Rancid. I don't like you, but I respect what you can do. You go where you need to go and do what you need to do. The elder looks down, down, down to the rubble below. And Rook. Brave, spirited, an artist not afraid to fight. A warrior, not afraid to create. Astrasil's not crying, that's just me. Sorry. The elder turns to you. Your courage ignites a flame to warm others, a bonfire in the coldness of night, she sighs. Your generosity is unmonstrous. You kindle the same in the hearts of your friends, a safe light in dangerous places, she sighs. Your kindness is greater even than my own. You show others the way, a beacon in the darkness, she sighs. You are the mud and slime and sand between the stones of a great wall. There's a crisis. Rook would act. elder takes a breath. I am older even than Gratrag. I have lost so many who could have fed my coterie. Astrasil points at a group of fighting monsters down in the city, then another and another and another. If we don't act soon, they're going to tear each other apart too badly to heal. They will murder and consume each other. The survivors will be ferals and nothing more. What's left of Ash will be gone forever, bad and good. Lindini nods. There's work to do. Lindini holds up an object made from rancid red thread, a plastic jug and some wood. I made this. Gori speaks, hardly above a whisper. A booming canonical spectaculator. Lindini smiles sadly. Idiot. It's a megaphone. She clamps the device to an upjutting stone close to Astrasil's mouth. Ring the bell, Elder. Astrasil takes a long breath. Lindini and Gori hold theirs. Breathe. Clank, 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 clank. Most of the monsters below turn their heads in unison. Many of the monsters are silent, but a few voices rise up, speaking the same word. Food. 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 Attend me, all my nasties. Her voice is everywhere, near and far, carried by the spicula, the megaphone. The ripple of food cries dies down, echoes for a moment, then leaves quiet in its wake. All the monsters of Ash have stopped fighting. They're all looking up. Hold on, I gotta blow my nose. So stuffed up. I didn't think that rock was gonna die. Oh, if I keep thinking about it, I'm gonna keep crying. Okay, let me blow my nose one moment. Okay. Whew, that's a little bit better. Someone throws a rock at someone else. Ow! Quit it! Almost all of them have stopped fighting. Hundreds upon hundreds of monsters watch Astrasil. This is not the time for fighting. A few monsters close to the base of the platform pile repeat the elder's words. You must rest and recover, not battle each other. A few more monsters begin to chant along with the elder. This rubble is a great napping pit, and what is the rule? No fighting in the napping pit. All my nasties, my children of the coop. No fighting in the napping pit. The elder council failed every single one of you. No fighting in the napping pit. I have failed you. Before any of you were spawned in the vat, there were no place to grow. A war of all monsters against all others. I took on the task of making you safe. I protected you from each other. It was their job to rule from on high, to give you places to go when you were strong enough to survive. We made a city from what the humans left behind in this wonderful cavern of ash. But we failed you. I failed, the council failed, Gratrag failed, we failed you. Young ones were enslaved to farm in the trough or dig in the heap. Feral gangs roamed the shops, eating the young I was not able to save in time. Some I exiled from my coop, making things worse instead of better. Our city was large, but it was stretched too thin to really contain our monstrous natures. The coop should have taught you to be generous, to be kind, to be bold. In all three of these things I failed. Astrasil falters for a moment. But now it is all changing. If you want it to change. Astrasil tips the small end of the megaphone in your direction. That is all I have. No more words from me. I've heard you speak and speak well. It's not my place to tell them what this is to be. I'm a teacher. I'm a caretaker. You are a leader. The next century is in your paws. Be careful with it. You take hold of the megaphone. You feel nervous and a little scared, confident and optimistic, overwhelmed by the pressure. Confident and optimistic. Rock. Okay. Every eye in the city is looking up at you. You find yourself thinking and talking about your own flaws, your own mistakes. You speak about greed, how monsters always want more than others, or just want everything. We will all give in to greed sometimes, and that's okay. You explain how greed has guided you through your life and how sometimes you just have to let it take charge. You let the monsters know how you never shared food with the other heap workers and how a full stomach kept— Wait. That's not true. Hold on. Okay, let's try that again, now that I understand how it works. We can overcome greed. You explain that it's natural to want things, and sometimes it's all right to want more than anyone else gets. You continue with the assertion that wanting is all right, but acting on that want is where troubles begin. You tell a little story about saving Gubgubba from being eaten by other monsterlings. You explain that Gubgubba always wanted more, but he didn't try to take it all. You speak of being enthralled by your own hunger during your exile in the Sharps, following the scent of cheese to a confrontation. You tell them how Slagoth's trap caught you so easily because your greed was stronger than your spirit. You conclude your point. Greed must resist overpower to make the world. Greed isn't bad, giving into it is what causes problems. That's what I was trying to say with the first one. Monsters turn to each other and discuss what you've said. Some of them argue, but most of them are hanging on to your every word. It's easier to talk now that you've gotten going. Your words turn to malice, the second monstrous instinct. How monsters all feel the same desire to inflict pain from time to time. We can put malice aside when we need to. You explain that nobody needs to hurt another monster unless they're fighting in self-defense. Even then, there's no need to take pleasure in the other monster's pain. You tell them about saving Gura from Joel during your exile, preventing more senseless death. You tell them about taking the blame when Frobel was in trouble on the heap, protecting someone weaker than yourself. You tell them how Ruck wanted only fair fights and how your friend despised bullying. I'm already choking up a little at the thought of Ruck. You remind the monsters that resisting malice will make them stronger and that they can be still and listen to the better voices side, and then they can trust a better world can be made. More discussions break out among the monsters of Ash below. A few fists are swung and feet are stepped on. They grow quiet again and turn back as you begin to speak again. The words spill out of you as you think about your lives. You talk about docility, how monsters will often go along with whatever a bigger monster says, or simply lays about all night and day. They'll never make themselves better if they just let things happen. You recall bolder monsters, always yelling and ordering others around, all the way down to the littlest monsterling. But might is not right. Others don't know everything, and their and their mistakes multiply when nobody speaks up. Astrasil beside you hangs her head low. You tell them how you held on to your last scrap of dignity when your hunger led you into Slagoth's trap in the Sharps. You speak of the hopeless faces you saw in the streets of Ash and how you looked down on many of the same faces you now see hope. You conclude that this part of the speech with an exhortation monsters should respect themselves enough to stand up for themselves, stand up for each other because might and right are not the same. Speak up for when they have ideas. Stand up for each other because might and right are not the same. A number of the monsters in the crowd below start cheering for you. Some of them wave their arms over their heads. They liked my speech. I believe you. I still have no idea what to do. Me neither. This isn't about carrots or buckets. Every monster turns to argue with every other monster. Their discussions grow heated, but they're talking. They're not fighting. They're using words, not claws. You suddenly feel immensely tired. Astrasil looks at you and sighs happily. How did I do? She whispers to you. When I heard Gratrag asking about the Mercurial, a small hope was born in my heart. You have become that hope and overcome all three of the monstrous flaws. In a way, you are my first true success, but in spite of me, not because of me. You've inspired those below. You've inspired your friends. You've inspired me. You start to think of more things to say, but you're getting more tired by the moment. Astrasil swings the small end of the megaphone to her own face. She speaks with enthusiasm to the monsters below, but you can barely hear her. You nearly collapse in the cold, hard stone. Lindini and Gory join you and help you to stay on your feet. You are so very tired. You and your friends huddle together on the ledge. Astrasil's words become faint, distant, buzzing. Lindini says something too, but you can't make out, her words either. You close your eyes for a moment, then jerk awake. You look down at your arms. There are new gray spots on your skin. You sleep. Chapter 12. The End.